Good morning. Welcome to Winnipeg. It is very smoky outside right now. Weather advisory again, or smoke advisory again. Now, it's pizza day, and when it comes to having my pizza later, probably around noon, I'm going to feel really guilty about having it because I have already been out on my bike. I went to McDonald's in Transcona, and I had a sausage McMuffin with cheese. And when I got back here, I just looked it up on the internet. How many calories is there in a sausage McMuffin with cheese? And turns out there's 380 calories. Yeah, I could only have 3 of those, and I'd have worked my way up to my 1,000 calorie a day allotment or more. Anyway, we are exactly the same as we were when we signed off yesterday. Didn't do anything. Didn't drag my spray booth over here like I thought I was going to. So I'm going to have to do that yet this morning and get ourselves going. Yeah, it's my intention to get the number 82 sprayed on that part so we can get the doors on. Try and make a little bit of progress. Now, thank you for the overwhelming response to which boat you thought would look the best. And it was there was just no contest. People like this one here. Most people like this one here the best because of the detail. Even though the shape might be wrong, and some people actually indicated that yes, the shape of the bow is probably a little bit more accurate on Nigel's boats, but somehow they felt that the detailing, especially because it has the rudder and propeller and stuff like that showing, it probably will look better. So I'm going to go with it, even though I had originally thought to use Nigel's boats because I wanted to have something from Nigel Frampton on my ship. Now, that doesn't mean that maybe I couldn't put one somewhere else. I think more than one person suggested, why don't you use the bottom part of Nigel's and the top part of this? And I probably could, but I'm not really crafty when it comes to carving plastic and shaping stuff. That's just not my forte. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go ahead and we're going to use trumpeters boats, even though the hull shape is probably not right. Now I'm saying probably because I don't know. I'm just going by what I would think. If I was to design a boat that was going to be going over big swells and the bow digging in, you know how it is. You don't want something that's shaped like a canoe, shallow like a canoe. Although I've seen some canoes that have pretty good bows. My dad actually had one. He had a canoe. It was called a freighter canoe. And it was, I think it was about 23 or 24 feet long. It was rated to carry 5,000 pounds. Yeah. And somehow Dad wanted a canoe, and I think it's because when he was a young man, he had occasion to use a canoe like that. And I think at that time it only had like a 5 horsepower outboard motor or something like that. But it was better than paddling, right? But anyway, Dad had this freighter canoe when I was I would have been about 18 years old when he got the first one. And gee, I wish I had a picture that I took of Dad sitting in that canoe. When I take the bike and I go out to Lockport and we go over the lock, over the bridge, that's where that picture was taken. Gee, I wish I had that now. Anyway, nobody's talking about it because I don't got it. Okay, enough about canoes. Yeah. let's get going here. When I said canoe, it kind of reminded me of a joke, something about the Canadian Navy. They had, or the Armed Forces in Canada. They've got two canoes and one fleet Canuck aircraft. Yeah, well, it's not that bad. Uh, oh, here we go again, rambling on and not getting anywhere. Talk is cheap. Talk is easy. Well, sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's not. Let's drag our spray booth over here. 17 degrees. Hey, it's been 4 days in a row now. It's been 17 or 17 point something about this time. So yeah, I had a good bike ride. It was nice. The traffic. I have never been out when the traffic was so light. First of all, it was early in the morning. I left about, I think I left just before 7 o'clock this morning. And it's Sunday. Nobody's going anywhere. Yeah, it was almost like, what's happened? Has everybody disappeared and I'm the only one left on Earth? Do you ever have those fantasies? If you were the only, I have. If I was the only one left on Earth, what would I do? You know? And I used to fantasize, well, I'd probably migrate south in the winter and migrate back north in the summertime. Anyway, oh my goodness, here we go. Ron, shut up and get at it. Okay, I'm gonna move my spray booth. Next scene you see, we should have our blue plastic cloth down here. I hope. Okay, so here's what's been happening. Besides, a lot of time has passed. Got myself set up finally. I had 2 jars of 82 left. One was thinned, one wasn't. So I put them both together, added a little bit more thinner, so now hopefully I've got the right viscosity going on. I know that normally what I do is I try to zoom right in on the subject, but this part is so big it's not going to work today. We'll zoom in a little bit. I'll do my best to try and keep everything in the center of the field of view. And yeah, I can't zoom right in because I'm going to be twisting this way and that way and the other way, trying to get into every little nook and cranny. At least that's the plan. Oh, this paint is pretty thin. Might take 2 coats. Okay, that should do it. Just in case I knock it over. Alright. I hope we're plugged in here. Yeah, we're plugged in. Alright, now I've already pre-focused and hopefully this is not going to fall off the bottom there. I just got it fastened on with blue tack. Okay, I can move in a little bit and that's going to be it. Alright. Well, here we go. I wonder, should I paint the hard places first or the easy places first? Maybe the hard places. The hardest places are going to be around in here. I forgot to take my nozzle, my needle cap off. Well, let's just see what happens here. Oh, it looks like I've broken the railing off here. It's loose. I must have caught it on something. Well, I'll have to fix it after. Can't fix it now. Yeah, I guess I'm going to have to touch that up with a brush afterwards. Okay, I'm not seeing any plastic. I think we basically got it. Yeah, too bad about that piece of railing. That's the way she goes. That's what makes this hobby fun, right? Okay, let's quit before we. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Well, I'm sure that after everything dries, I'm going to see places that I missed. All right. And I didn't have too much trouble with spitting. I didn't need to take my needle cap off this time. Seems that maybe right in there. Mind you, we're not going to see that anyway, but. And this is the back side. This is gonna, I don't think this has to be painted. At least not 82. Okay. let's get the airbrush cleaned up and get the paint off my hands. Well, it didn't take long to get that pizza down, did it? Nope. Anyway, I guess the next thing to do is flip this thing over and glue the doors in from the other side. Then this module and I think 3 or 4 others that are similar can be painted to white, because if you remember, the back side is going to be the inside of the ship. And then we do something about our boat, and then we will be getting pretty close to the end of step 20. But this is all going to have to wait until tomorrow. Got a phone call. My son's coming over, going to have coffee with me soon, so I'm going to wind her up for today. And thank you for watching, everybody. All being well, we'll see you tomorrow.